RJ, how's it going, man?
Good, Jacob, lad, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. How are you keeping?
Only the best, only the best, can't complain.
Love to hear it, man. Love to hear it. Anyways, so I was reading over your application there, Jay. You'd said you'd been working in Tesco for the last 2 years. Tell me a bit about that, man. How's that actually been going for you?
Oh, like it's dead on, it keeps me taking over, but that's really the height of it. Like it's nothing more than taking me over. Like I don't really see it getting me anywhere. Or, like the management's quite shit and fucking the work's repetitive. Like I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm just living week to week. Like I'm just, you know, getting by Monday just to get to Tuesday, if that makes sense.
But why do you feel like you're living week to week, man? Like, is it just the nature of the job itself, or like, can you tell me a bit more about that, man?
I just feel like I'm going nowhere. Like I'm not making any progress like in my life like week to week. Like I feel like I'm just fucking going from one week to the next doing the same shit. Like I don't really see
Mm,
it getting me anymore.
okay, okay. And like Jay, obviously, you don't see it getting you anywhere, right? But like, you also said there about the management, right? You know, what's so you said, what did you say there about the management? Sorry, that they're shit or whatever it is, man. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
It's just like looking for time off or like fucking anything like that or like just their shifts. Like the shifts they pick are autistic as fuck.
Mm,
Like I don't like you can't get any time off. Like you always a fucking Betty with two kids away for a holiday somewhere. I don't know, like it's impossible to get time off or anything. And like your shifts could be fucking morning shifts one day, they could be evening shifts the next day. It's just like shit.
oh, right, but okay. So you're telling me that, the shifts are shit, right? But like, why are they so shit? Like, you're getting, a router with your shifts on it, man. Like, is it what hard to plan around? Or like, talk to me, man.
Like you can never make plans because you never know when you're gonna be working. Like the time they tell you is absolute fucking dirt. Like I could
Mm,
be working an evening shift until closing time, like today, and then tomorrow I could be in an opening time.
mm.
Like they're just I don't know where they. I think they just pluck names out of a fucking hat.
Yeah, man, I hear you. So Jay, like, tell me, you were saying there that, you're not really able to like make plans because of the sort of nature of the shifts that you're working on. Some days you're working evenings, some days you're working mornings. Tell me, like, what sort of plans would you be making anyway?
Mm. I don't know, just anything like fucking going out with the boys away somewhere or going away for a weekend or, going for dinner or just something simple like that.
But like, saying going for dinner, going away there, man. So what is there like? Is that like a family thing, or is that like a girlfriend thing, or
I will have no woman, like it just depends on like fucking if the boys are asking me to go away this weekend, go away down to like know somewhere and you're like, fuck no, I can't. Like I'm working this weekend or family's asking you for dinner. Like, oh no, I'm working this evening, like it's just a bit shit.
all right, man. So like, like how's that actually? You're saying it's shit, like, but like, tell me a bit more about it, man. Like. What's actually going through your head? Like whenever you're, say for example, working, man, and like, you're not able to go out for dinner with your family.
Management's pricks. Like I don't know, like it's just fucking it's just be annoying, like knowing that I could have been out with them, out for a nice feed, but instead I'm stuck in here throwing up fucking packets of snacks on the shelves.
Mm. And like, Jay, who actually is family to you? Like, who would you be going out to dinner for? With or to dinner with, sorry.
Just my mother, my father, and siblings. Like,
And like, are you the only sibling that's, stuck in work and can't go to the dinner?
sitting the brunt of the time it would be, aye.
And like, how does that impact you, man? Like, you're sitting there in work, you're thinking about your family, being out for dinner, and you're the only sibling that's not there. Like, how actually is how does that look like for you, man?
It'd just kind of piss you off, like knowing like these wankers won't give me the time off. Just like a weekend, like I'm in here fucking working Saturday and Sunday. Like it's just like it definitely annoys you.
Mm, sure. And is that the same sort of scenario like with your friends and stuff too? Like, are you the only man that can't go away with the boys, or? Tell me a bit more about that, Jay.
I well, it depends on the occasion. Like it's not the whole time that like I'd be stuck in these scenarios, but like a
Mm,
lot of the time it would be like it's a similar scenario to like going out with for dinner, yeah.
100%, man. No, I hear you. I hear you. So, Jay, like, tell me, you're saying all these negative things about the job, like, it's not getting you, where you want to be. The management's shit. You're not able to really get the time off. Your shifts are so irregular. You're missing out on time with the family, with your mates. Like, is there anything actually good about the job, man?
No,
So, like, if there isn't, do you see yourself in the job long term?
nah, not a chance.
Why not?
Just like I suppose all the reasons I went over there, like it's don't really see it getting me anywhere. Like I don't really see any progression with it. Like I don't really see it like getting me towards my goals, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. But like, like you've been working there, you've been working in Tesco now for 2 years, right? But like, when did you actually come to the realization that, this wasn't getting you towards your goals? When did you realize that this wasn't going to work long term?
See, it was never really the goal. Like it was never really the end goal. I always kind of had it in my head like this isn't really going to get me anywhere. It's going to like be a short time thing to get me a bit of money while I'm in school. But then when I come out of school, I kind of just stuck with it. It was like nearly the handiest thing to me.
So like, was there never like a point, throughout the job where you realized like this felt even more like this wasn't going to get you to your goals? If that makes sense.
Yeah, like fuck, like over the maybe last 4 months there, I kind of been just really wanting out of it.
So like, you said that this wasn't ever really the end goal, but like, you stuck it out for 2 years anyway. Like, was the first, year and 8 months like bearable? Or, is the, how shit the job is like that getting harder to ignore after that amount of time? Like, what actually happened 4 months ago, man?
Yeah, I suppose we just kind of build up over time and realization like this isn't what I want to do. Like, where the fuck's this getting me?
Yeah, definitely, man. And like, if say this, you were to continue in this job, for another 4 months, 8 months, 12 months, whatever it is, like, do you feel like, you'll get to any closer where you want to be?
No, Jesus, no, not in a mission.
And like, do you feel like, you know, you'll have more family dinners that, you won't be able to go to, man? Or more events with your friends that, you're not able to go to as well?
Definitely. I'll be missing out on just the exact same amount of shit I am now.
All right, so like, Jay, tell me, what do you think needs to happen from here then, man?
I need to get out of it. I need to find a way out of it.
For sure, for sure. And if you're aware that you need to find a way out of it, man. Like, you've been saying, 4 months ago it's sort of that build up hit. It was getting harder to ignore, man. That this wasn't going to work, and like, you came to that realization that something needs to happen, something needs to change, man. But like, have you actually tried anything to get out of this job? Working in Tesco, man.
Yeah, well, like I was looking into SMA there for a good while.
Mm-hmm. And like, when did you actually look into that, Jay?
I've been looking at it over the last maybe I probably looked at it there about 2 months ago, yeah.
And like, 2 months ago, man. So like, what outcome did you actually get from that? Like, are you still doing it, or?
Nah, like didn't really like have the skills to go on with it, and like the more I looked into it, I nearly seen the more cogs are turning, and like it just seemed like a lot for I suppose my first thing to go into online.
What do you mean by a lot, man?
Like there was just a lot of work and like fucking I don't know how to manage a fucking agency or you know run a sales teams or anything like that on this offer. Like
Mm.